about Shane when he came in here. As a, kind of a reputation, a 3-point ace, a lot like Maddox. You wanted to make sure he was contributing in other ways, whether it was off the dribble, defensively.
Yeah.
What's that challenge with Maddox? What more do you want to see out of him?
Well, I think number one, he's got a big, he's different than Shane. I mean, he's 6'5", 6'6". He's got a big, strong body, and he can do more than just shoot the ball. And that's the thing. You want guys to be multi-dimensional, and Maddox, I think, is. I think the biggest thing he's got to work on is he is a good shooter, and when he's open from three, we want him to have his feet set and knock it down. But as people start to scout him and know what he does, they're going to start running him off the three-point line. And now he's got to be able to use his shot fake and get guys in the air, attack closeouts, and put the ball on the floor. He doesn't have to put the ball on the floor 5 or 6 times, but one or two dribbles to get the ball to the rim, or pull up and work on his mid-range game. And those are the things that we've been, getting him to realize. And I think he gets better at it, and it's a matter of watching film and seeing and understanding what we're looking for. But he's got a chance to be more than just a shooter, and that's what we want of our players. We don't want one-dimensional players. We want multi-dimensional players.
How's he coming along defensively? I know it's always
getting
a
better.
Tough jump.
Yeah, that's a tough jump, but he's again, when you're big and you got size and you got strength and you got athleticism that he's got, there's no reason he can't be a good defender. It's just a matter of sticking his nose in there, and defense is all a mindset. And I'm not saying he doesn't have it, but he's that's something that when you move from whether it's high school to Division I or junior college to Division I, that's the adjustment, that side of the ball usually.
How much is it a mindset, and how much is it just understanding how to play defense?
It's both. It's both understanding, positioning, creating habits, jumping to the ball, staying in a stance, all those things that we talk about. But then it's also a mindset. So it's a combination of both positioning and habits and mindset.
I wanted to ask you about Dalen Kuntz. You said at Pac-12 Media Day that he's one of your more improved players. I think he's going to take a step this year. What has he done in the offseason to really work on his game?
Well, one thing I always give Dalen a hard time about is making sure he's going right, just like he's going left. He's very left-hand dominant. He's tremendous going to his left. But, again, people are going to start getting on that left hand. They started to last year, and now he's got to be able to jab and cross over and take the ball to the hole going right. Continued to consistently knock down the three ball, which is something he's worked on this summer. All of our guys have to do a good job of that, but because he's so good putting the ball on the floor and attacking the rim, being able to make that three ball is going to really set up those drives. And some guys, Maddox is a natural shooter and probably a secondary driver, and Dalen's probably a natural driver and a secondary shooter. And again, so the things Maddox has to work on, Dalen's pretty good at. The things that Dalen are pretty good on, Maddox has to work at. And so then you got two pretty darn good players.
Do you think he's taken a step in terms of running point guard?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we're certainly putting him in those situations. We've got Keyshawn and we've got McKinley, but then Dalen's going to have to run some point as well. So yeah, he's taken a step forward. Again, that's not his natural position, but he's going to have to play it at times this year.
At this stage of the preseason, we talk frequently about individual guys improving offensively, where they're at compared to last year. But defensively, as a team, you had pretty good numbers last year. How does this team get better on defense this year?
Well, I think we can do more things. We weren't great trapping the ball last year and playing in scramble situations, and I think we tried a little bit of that today in practice, and there were some encouraging things about that. But I think being able to play zone and man and doing a combination of those two, so it's almost taken the next step in terms of the ability for me to change things up, whether it's game to game or within the game, and being able to be effective at those things that we're doing. You got to be able to hang your hat on something. It starts with our man-to-man half-court defense, but I'd like to be able to extend it to, doing some pressing, doing some trapping, playing some zone, and being able to do all those things effectively. That's the challenge. You can put them all in and not be good at anything, but I want to be good at everything that we do.
It seems like the past few years you've welcomed adding zone to the repertoire a little bit more.
We're going to play against it, so we have to work on it in practice because we know we're going to play against it. But yeah, absolutely, and it's. I just want our guys to know when we do play zone, we're not playing zone to give up threes. You know, we're playing zone to take away threes. And I think there's a kind of a mindset again defensively. Oh, we're in 2-3 zone, we can let them take an outside shot. No, we're taking those away. We want to get guys off the 3-point line. So.
Does that have to do with expanding the 3-point line, wanting to play more zone?
Maybe. Yeah, we'll see. I think that'll depend on kind of game-to-game decisions based on the other team, what kind of shooters they have.
Cool.